We welcome you back. The RC Cola Moonpie ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour, the Cordele 100 from Watermelon Capital Speedway. Second race of the 2008 season, the inaugural season for this brand new late model stock car series. We are glad you're with us. While we're under caution getting ready for the restart, one more look at that huge wreck on the backside.
Well, there was a lot of intense moments for the spotters, the drivers, and crew members. We're glad to say that everybody's okay, but what a wreck this was. You just don't see flips in short track racing.
Now, Fontaine got up on Renner's race car and was really just along for the ride at that point.
And you're carrying so much speed off turn two. Those guys are in the gas so early, and it really just no place to go once he got there.
Pontiac safety car dives for pit road, back underway, 24 laps to go. Bo Slocum is the restart leader in the 08. Jay Middleton right behind him, minus the power steering in that Redneck Pepper 74. Now, Michael Pope in the Builder's Concrete Machine runs third, and we'll see here if Pope could cool off his tires and might have anything for those two leaders.
Michael Pope has a very good race car. We saw that, but it took him a long time to get around Satterfield, and I don't think that 74 car is going to be that easy to pass.
Middleton in second spot. Pope is third. Satterfield runs fourth. Jess Maddox back there fifth in the 89. I've thought at times Maddox might have had the fastest car of that group. He just can't get around the 40 either.
Well, it's very difficult to pass here, and you can see when he finally gets the line, he can finish the pass. But, man, you really got to get a great run. Oh, we're off the racetrack.
Preston Peltier laying that right rear on the dirt coming off turn number 2. Gets it back on the asphalt. Nearly a bad one back there. The 31 right behind him. That's the car of Tyler Millwood, who's come up from 21st on the grid here today. And he's done a nice job picking his way up through the field, but he's kind of stuck back there around 7th.
Yeah, Millwood missing some body work, and still his car's headed to the front.
Enterprise running order, top of your screen. Next in line is the 51 car. That's the machine of Kyle Fowler from Smyrna, Georgia. Here comes the 31, trying to make the move. Millwood on the inside, trying to work his way by Preston Peltier. Peltier, and there is some rubbing back there, some heavy contact between those two. Peltier gets roughed up just a little bit. Boy, they're not giving each other much room.
Well, we talked about being patient earlier in the race. We're getting down to that time of the race where you've got to make it happen. They're trying.
Taylor Satterfield in the 40 car, giving ground on the inside. Just Maddox there in the 89. Side by side. Maybe we'll find out if Maddox really has as good a race car as it has appeared at times this afternoon.
Well, I sure do like the way that car turns. He gets in the middle of the corner. He can turn the wheel down and accelerates hard off the corner, and he's been able to do that pretty much all day long. Side
by side for fourth, top three, single file as the laps wind down here in Cordele, Georgia. Maddox leaning on Satterfield. Maddox on the bottom in that red 89. Looks like he's going to pick up fourth spot here.
Well, you say leaning on Satterfield. I think Satterfield's kind of just trying to cut that front straightaway down just a little bit. Caution out.
17 to go, and the yellow flag waves again. Kyle Fowler there in the 51F. Problems for that young driver out of Smyrna, Georgia. He is back on the racetrack, but he did bring out the yellow. Here's another look.
A little bit of contact or a little bit of help, if you will, to go around the corner. Turn 2 again.
Chris Cable, Stephen McCurley also involved. Black flag for the 31 car. A rough driving penalty on Tyler Millwood. Well, this series brings together several different kinds of late model asphalt stock cars, different horsepower and weight combinations. Mark Allen talked to Mike Cope about this earlier.
This car, in particular, has a spec engine in it, which makes 600 horsepower with a 4-barrel carburetor. You take and put a 500 2-barrel on the car, and it cuts it down to in the 490s. And we had to haul 100 to 150 pounds more lead than the other cars do. But what it does is a guy with any local track that has a late model that we travel to can put a little bit of weight on, put a little carburetor on, move some things around, and he can race. So if we have 30 cars that travel with the series and they have 10 or 15 local cars, now we've got 45 cars vying for a 36 or 26 car field. That's exciting. It's good for television. It's good for the economy in the area. It's good for everything.
And I agree with Mike. It is good for everything. The way that used to be racing, you go to the local tracks, those guys can be involved, and the fans love it.
Handful of laps to go here in Cordele, Georgia. Single file down into turn number 1. Race still in the hands of Bo Slocum from Macon, Georgia, just up the road. Middleton, no power steering in that Redneck Pepper car. Continues to run second. Third spot belongs to Michael Pope. These cars, 9th and 10th. J.R. Garcia out of Florida in that black 13. And the 2-car, John Boland from Jasper, Alabama. He was involved in a caution earlier, but he's gotten himself into the top 10. Good run for Boland.
A lot of these guys have had earlier complications, gone to the back of the field and driven their way back into contention. But these guys are putting on a show up here, these top 3.
Michael Pope, meantime, in that Builder's Concrete car in third, hoping to get a shot at the victory here as the laps wind down in Cordele. Look at the line. Slocum's taking right up on that white coming off turn number 2.
He's been doing it all day long. He picks up the gas really early, just barely crests turn 1, and he goes through turn 2 wide open, goes all the way to the top of the racetrack, paints the edge of that white stripe all the way out to the grass or the dirt. Ooh, better be careful now, though.
Jay Middleton in the 74 car. Some contact as they exit the corner. Slocum able to hold on to the lead.
If you're in the 44 car, you might be sitting where you want to be right now. These guys are going to get pretty feisty.
Taylor Satterfield back running fourth in the 40. Open that red 44, watching things between the two leaders. Remember that Middleton led a big chunk of this race, took over on lap 5. Was only passed by Slocum a handful of laps ago. Bo Slocum in the 08 did not run the season opener at Mobile. One car in trouble. It's that 9 car once again of Josh Adkins. He's got a right front tire down. He will try to make his way to pit road.
Tough break for him. He'll have to come all the way around, try to get down pit road. There is no caution.
Now, if you cut a tire during the race, you can stop and change tires with no penalty, but he's going to get lapped here because he's so much slower than everybody else.
And that's the key. You need a caution in order to get on pit road, get back off, so he's going to lose lap.
Tyler Millwood there in the 31 car had that right side sheet metal damage. He is way slow, and contact as they exit turn 2. That battle for 9th and 10th between Garcia and Bolin, that brings out another caution.
Well, the 2 car got down in there a little bit hot and turned Garcia around, and really got going again, but I think the 2 car ended up with more damage.
One more look at what happened down at the end of the front straightaway. Did Garcia turn across Bolin's nose there?
Well, I think what it is we're getting late in the race. Impatience, you're just trying to make a hole, make something happen, get to the front.
Bo Slocum will be the restart leader in the RC Cola Moonpie ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour.